What's up, YouTube, tube? All right, bet. We're doing my relationship analysis. My name is Aldo. The relationships we will be analyzing is me and my girlfriends. My girlfriend's name is Suhei. I met her in middle school. We were introduced to each other from a friend that I met in history class. Then me and her got closer together because I saw her during lunch, started talking to her. Then afterwards, I started walking her to her class, and then after that class, we started going to lunch because I'm like that. And then she low key did not like me, guys. That's like a bit of a problem, but it's whatever. We got over it. I'm Riz Master 6'7", so really we just work that shit out. We've had many memories. After 6 years, of course, we're about to be on our 6 year anniversary in January. The four concepts that we will be focusing on today: social exchange theory, assertive versus accusatory language, social penetration theory, and relational dialects. The first one will be relational dialects. Relational dialects focuses on the natural tension that exists between a close relationship, such as the need for closeness versus independence. These tensions are ongoing but must be managed rather than be completely resolved. I feel like for me, this kind of just goes into giving each other space when it's needed after an argument, of course, or if something happens, like an issue is presented and then she's like, oh, I'm gonna need time to think or whatever. You of course need to be respectful of that. Balancing time spent with each other, I feel like this also kind of goes into that, just not trying to be so clingy where you can't even do your work. Like an example that I gave was giving each other the time to do what is needed in our personal life, such as schoolwork, spending time with our friends and family. I feel like it keeps the bond healthy because right now I haven't texted her in an hour because I've been trying to do this project and she isn't blowing up my phone or anything, so this is actually giving me a lot of time to focus. A way that this could be used like in a more deeper, like in a more argumentative ways, kind of like just asking each other whether we're ready to talk. I feel like if I ever mess up or ever do something, I'm like, oh, like, babe, do you need more time to, like, do you want to talk or blah 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 blah, right? Social penetration theory, I feel like this is a very important one. This theory goes into explaining how relationships grow gradually in self-disclosure, moving from surface level topics into deeper personal thoughts and emotions. This is kind of like that over, like that Shrek scene where fucking where that guy's like talking about how ogres are like onions and you need to peel back to get many layers. Kind of like that. You just need to peel back the person's onion. That sounds weird. I honestly think that this is like, and has to happen for any type of like for a friend relationship, not too much, but for a romantic relationship, of course. Also, this is very important because you need to be able to share each other's personal fears, goals, without being trying to feel judged. I feel like that's also another thing where that is very important because you don't want to feel like you're being judged by your other person. Like, why are you thinking that? Like, why are you scared of spiders? I feel like that's kind of dumb. You feel me? Our ability to openly talk about serious topics, kind of like just talk freely without really being interrupted or without like being like, oh, that's wrong, like I never did that or whatever. A good example is like, for example, for like, I know my girlfriend so well that like I complete her sentences sometimes. A deeper way that this could be used in my relationship is like certain situations come up and I'm like, all right, my girlfriend's not gonna like that I'm gonna do this, or I wouldn't like if my girlfriend did that, kind of a thing. I feel like just knowing each other is a very important thing. Assertive versus accusatory language. Assertive language is described by expressing your own thoughts, feelings in a clear and respectful way, often using I statements rather than blame. Accusatory language focuses on criticizing or blaming others or the other person, which increases the defensiveness and conflict. Of course, just kind of, you know, of assertive language is of course the much better option. Accusatory just kind of blames the other person. We learned that we need to say something that it matters. We learn that how we say something matters just as much as what we say. As I say in the example, I know that it is very very important how you say something, and this doesn't just mean tone but also wording. I feel like you need to be calm, say the right things that you want, kind of just think about what you're gonna say. We try to communicate our frustrations with assertive language, such as explaining how the situation made us feel. Assertive language helps us resolve the problems a lot faster and also kind of puts it down, like kind of like a flame, like a fire extinguisher type vibe. It just settles the flame, and kind of using the tone that I'm using right now is the exact same tone that me and my girlfriend use. while we're arguing. Social exchange theory is it explains how relationships use balance and rewards and cost. I feel like rewards and cost kind of goes into like money or whatever. I really don't think of it as that. In my personal opinion, it's kind of like the rewards is my me and my girlfriend kind of supporting each other and those type of things. I feel like you always need to be supported. The emotional support and trust that we share outweighs our occasional conflicts. I feel like if someone holds too much of a grudge, that can kind of get in the way of you supporting them, or all those things, or like them supporting you because they feel some type of way for you, like because they've been thinking about this, so they're like kind of trying to give you shit because you're doing work or something like that. You feel me? We both put in our effort into our relationship, which increases satisfaction. That's pretty self-explanatory. The long-term commitment shows that we value each other. The example is that this could look very different from other people, but when me and our girlfriend support each other the best that we can. This shows that we are committed to each other's success and not just kind of like wanting to, oh, let's hang out, let's hang out, let's hang out. We actually do work and everything. For conclusion, analyzing our personal relationships with others using these theories and concepts could help us understand what works in a relationship and what doesn't. In my opinion, the most important social penetration theory. Key takeaways is that we both have very similar argument styles, and I feel like we're pretty mature. We are each other's support systems, and deep connections happen in deep moments because a lot of ups need have a lot of downs, or a lot of yeah, you get what I mean. Things I learned is that me and my girlfriend are literally the shit. This project made me think deeply about my interpersonal communications because I had to relate it to myself and what works and what doesn't. Or oh, fuck.